Welcome to Historical Anomalies, where mystery knows no bounds. Let us begin. Imagine this. A story rooted deep in American history, yet it's not a tale of war or discovery. It is a story of mass vanishing. Over 100 settlers, men, women, and children, literally evaporating from existence on a remote island. In a place meant to be the launchpad for the greatest empire in the New World, they left behind only one word carved into a tree. A word that has haunted historians for centuries: CROATOAN. What truly happened to the people of Roanoke? Did they starve? Were they massacred? Or did they assimilate into a fate far stranger than death? Before we embark on this journey to crack this foundational mystery, please support the channel by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming deep dives. Our enigma begins in the 16th century, specifically in 1587. English ambition to dominate the New World was at its peak, and under the patronage of Sir Walter Raleigh, the Roanoke colony was established off the coast of what is now North Carolina. This colony was more than just a trading post. It was the seed of English civilization in America. Thus, the artist and explorer John White was appointed governor. White brought with him a group of about 115 people, including his daughter, her husband, and his granddaughter Virginia Dare, who became the first English child born on American soil. This was supposed to be a moment recorded in history books as a great achievement. But difficulties soon mounted. Supplies were insufficient, and relations with some local tribes were tense. Therefore, Governor John White decided to make an urgent and perilous journey back to England for more provisions, promising the settlers he would return within a few short months. A moving farewell, though he did not know it would be the last. Fate, however, had other plans. When White arrived in England, Europe was on the brink of explosion. The Anglo-Spanish War was raging, and England was preparing to face the mighty Spanish Armada. Every ship, every sailor was essential to the war effort. Imagine John White, waiting on the English coast for 3 full years, his heart hanging with his family and settlers thousands of miles away. He could do nothing. The government forbade him from using any ship to return to Roanoke, while supplies were slowly dwindling in the New World. It was 3 years of absolute isolation, 3 years of fear and hunger. This forced delay is the absolute heart of the mystery. What could possibly happen to a group of people, abandoned by their leader to an unknown fate, with no connection to the outside world, for 3 brutal winter seasons? When dawn broke in 1590, and White finally secured a ship for his return, he braced for the worst. But what he found was far stranger than the worst. Upon reaching the island, John White found the colony completely deserted. No smoke rising, no voices, no trace of any of the 115 settlers. There were no bodies, no signs of struggle, no blood, and no evidence of a mass massacre. The place was chillingly quiet. There was only one piece of evidence, the clue that turned the story into a legend. White found a single word carved carefully into a wooden post: CROATOAN. Here lies the first key to the enigma. White and the colonists had previously agreed that if they were forced to leave under threat or danger, they should carve a Maltese cross next to the name of their destination. White found no cross. CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island inhabited by a native tribe friendly to the English. Did this mean the settlers left willingly, moving to live with friends? Why didn't they leave any other message? And why did White never find them afterward? The Roanoke Enigma has become America's greatest cold case. For decades, theories of starvation and massacre dominated, but the truth revealed by modern research is far more complex and surprising. The classic massacre theory didn't hold up for long, as the absence of any remains or evidence of a mass struggle made it weak. The strangest and most likely theory is that of forced assimilation. Jamestown testimonies. Years later, reports emerged from later Jamestown colonists speaking of seeing people with European features living in Native American villages, supporting the idea that the settlers had moved and were absorbed into the local culture, perhaps to save themselves from starvation. Archaeological discoveries. Most importantly, recent archaeological excavations west of Roanoke Island, on the mainland, revealed Elizabethan-era artifacts. This confirms that the English had relocated inland around the right time. This means the Roanoke colony did not vanish as an entity. Rather, the lack of early colonial support and desperation drove the settlers to abandon their European identity and integrate into the New World. They were not entirely lost. They became part of the American fabric in a way no one expected. Therefore, the Roanoke Enigma is no longer the question, where did they go? But the question, how did they live their new lives? Ultimately, the lost colony of Roanoke remains America's founding mystery. It is a story that reminds us that history is not limited to documented victories, but also includes ambiguous endings that defy logic. The Roanoke Enigma is a testament to the struggle for survival, and to the blurry boundaries between civilization and wilderness in the earliest days of the United States. Finally, what is your favorite bizarre story from American history? Share your opinions and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the depths of history, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video with a new and exciting mystery.